44. Ready? And on. All right, come on. Get on. All right. Out. Yeah, ready.
This is the player card. Here are a player's motivations. How well your team... Easily see how many... Here are some recommendations to get you started. It's week 1 of the National Football League. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Dolphins and the Chargers. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Today, it's the opener of the 2023 NFL season, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the LA Chargers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Well, CD, new season is here. Lions and Chiefs got it going on Thursday night. You and I were there. What a scene that was. But now here we are a few days later on Sunday, looking at two teams with great expectations here to begin 2023.
It's always fun to get a new season started, isn't it, partner? Because everyone feels like they've got a shot at the defending champs. They think that they can be the new champs. And here we are getting things going. Let's have some fun.
New season of NFL football is here, and we're off in 2023 on EA Sports. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Now Tua Tagovailoa gets set to lead this Dolphins offense for the first time.
Injuries overshadowed a great season from Tua last season. He led a Miami passing game that was one of the best in the league, and even more importantly, took them to the postseason for the first time in 6 years. That jump they were looking for from it, it absolutely occurred.
Now their 31-year-old running back, Raheem Mostert. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. Well, such a great Week 1 matchup here, the Dolphins and Chargers. And fairly or unfairly, these two QBs are going to be measured against one another probably for the rest of their careers. Remember, Tua was the number 5 overall pick in 2020, and Justin Herbert followed him at number 6.
And let's add on to it because Joe Burrow went number 1 overall. He's led Cincinnati to 1 Super Bowl appearance. Jordan Love also a first rounder getting his opportunity in 2023. And Jalen Hurts was a second rounder with Philadelphia, and he's made it to the Super Bowl. So all in all, quite a class.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing, but to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position, and to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
So the Charger offense making its way out, and at the controls is the league's second leading passer a year ago. At 25 years of age, out of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
The Chargers just continue to improve and take steps forward under the quiet leadership of Herbert, who's been the most productive quarterback in league history through his first 3 seasons. Over 4,700 yards last year. He's expecting to crack the 5,000-yard mark in this season.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Out of the gun, Herbert. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll run with Dobbins. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers are on the board here first in the season opener.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And this will be our first chance in the new season to see the new fair catch rule for 2023. And this will come out to the 25-yard line. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. So we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But 2 kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different, and I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something? When you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about 0 like Jim Otto used to wear or Kenny Burrow used to wear? Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Here's a toss play right to Mostert. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Now Tua. Dancing to his left. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Now, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Christian Fulton. And the Chargers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brand, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We got 2, we got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down.
Open work me up. Marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Back to the air on second down. Tagovailoa to the goal line, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They give him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Chargers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that third down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. Checks this down to Edwards out of the backfield. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up third down. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety.
Offside. Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Able to power through. And good power running, but he's still going to be about a yard short. So it's a gain of 12 there on the reception. And it'll be fourth down. On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. He'll look to Mostert to start things out. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. From the 32-yard line now, here's second down and 7. In motion, Hill. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Davis now to return it. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Javon Holland coming up to make the stop. So from the 37, here's 2nd and 9. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Got an open man, it's Josh Palmer. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 23. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Herbert on first down now. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll make it 2nd down. Now it's Herbert. Targeting Dobbins again, and he's got it again. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Edwards will score. Touchdown, Chargers. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Well, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. The offense on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Tua. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. That's the NFL vet Calais Campbell coming in and dragging him down. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with the football. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now the football is going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Herbert. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the starting field position was terrific following. But the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. And out come the Dolphins now. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get... Just like this one. Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4. Down the sideline he goes. And down to the 16-yard line. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
I'll tell you what, this is not for the faint of heart right here. 4th down, this is taking a big risk. But it's as good a play call as you can imagine. And the defense, just not able to come up with the stop they needed. And this is not just a first down, but a big play as well.
On first down, Tagovailoa getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 12-yard line.
Looking to pass. Tua. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that will bring up 3rd and 1. Tua going to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The LA defense up to snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll try it now with Mostert. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
First and goal, Miami.
Mostert will score. Touchdown, Miami.
Well, this has not been the greatest of first halves to this point. They've been pretty well dominated in all phases of the game, so this was an important drive just to show they can move the football and finish. And now they're on the board here on the touchdown run.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of
It looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a two-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Here's 2nd and 10. Herbert now. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Walker. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
After the turnover, it's Tua. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. To the sideline and incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Charger defense stands tall and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack. Out of the gun, Herbert. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Johnston. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Nick Needham picks it off. And the Dolphins are going to get it back here just past the 35. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead 3rd quarter, but that not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Complete. Smith has it. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Tua sets up to pass it. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill. 35 yards. And the Dolphins take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. The fade route, that seems to be becoming more and more popular in the NFL. What makes it a success?
When you have an athletic, acrobatic receiver who knows how to go up and get the football, all you're asking your quarterback to do is put it up there where he can get it and no one else. Very difficult to defend.
Sanders on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. Think about the defense right now. Every time they run on the field, they've gone from hoping to intercept a pass to expecting to intercept passes. Their confidence at an all-time high right now.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Tua to try again on 2nd down. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time.
Every other season of Bosa's 7-year career had injuries cost him time. Stayed true to that last year, only 5 games played. Good news, he has rebounded with double-digit sacks in a Pro Bowl season each year following those injuries.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. Sanders' kick is good, and that will tie things at 17 all. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. Here's Herbert. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. Throw left side complete. That's Edwards. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Here's Herbert. Right side, he has Johnston. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 28. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. The Chargers on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Play action. It's Herbert. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown, Chargers. Josh Palmer, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Chargers have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And they will take a 7-point lead. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. Dolphins offense returning to the field. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. It's Tagovailoa from his own end zone. He's got Smith here. He's up to the 20. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days? And they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football. Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bulked up wide receivers, and they are a full part of the passing game. And we see a lot of big plays, as we just saw there.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Again, a good friend in football always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
On second down, Tua. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Tua's throw complete there to Smith. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And Mostert going to pick up a Dolphins first down as he'll be brought down at the 37.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to get it back here just past the 35. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Herbert. Throw left side is hauled in by Palmer. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big pickup of 38. Clock running under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Herbert now. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
On second down, it's Edwards. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Up the middle, it's Edwards. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
I think as a running back in this spot, you have to understand there's not going to be a whole lot of room to run. And in this case, ball protection takes precedent over trying to make something happen.
So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this 3rd down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
Go.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. This is 1st and 10. Now Tua. He's got to complete to Waddle, and he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Here's Tua. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Tua. That'll be caught by Hill. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 33. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Well, they need to score, and score quick. 1 timeout remaining. Final minute, 1st and 10. Throwing Tua. They'll let this go deep for Waddle. And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. Just a 4-play drive that time. So still a little over 40 seconds to go. Time enough to put a drive together if they can get this onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Chargers, and it appears they're going to win this football game. The fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Victory formation time for the Chargers. They take a knee. The city always a little extra excitement for week 1, and one of our early window games here in week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0.
The players on your team earned XP. Quickly upgrade your team at the end of each game. It's week 2 of the National Football League, and we'll be watching the dynamic Tyreek Hill. He was highly productive in last week's game, nearly reaching 170 yards. It's the Dolphins in the pass on Sunday night primetime.
From the area known as Patriot Place, EA Sports set for football at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the New England Patriots. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Patriots team entering play. They come in off a loss in the season opener, which doubled as the home opener.
And when you lose that way,
two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So here come the Patriots to take over on offense. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
I think the hope was to let him sit and learn for a bit, but he was thrown right into the fire in Week 1. Now we'll see what kind of lessons he's learned as he prepares for his second start in the NFL.
Here's Gibson to start the drive. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
a quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. Here's Ramondre Stevenson. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for the first with Stevenson. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out, how vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. But you look at this defense. They come into this one ranked number 5 in the NFL against the run.
We know it's only week 1, but the results look pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. And some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 4. So, Charles, take nothing away from this young man under center, because I know people think he's got a very bright future in this league, but I have to figure the defensive coordinators love the thought of squaring off against a rookie quarterback.
And especially if they have guys they can put together a game plan with. It's going to confuse, disguise a lot of coverage, make this kid think a little bit. Because in college, he's seen a lot of things. Let's not get it wrong here. But at the same time, in the NFL, you can do so much more because of the athletes you have, because of their football IQ. And don't forget, you got to throw a couple extra rushers at him as well. See if he can handle the pressure when those guys come at him. A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal. at the 9-yard line.
They'll look to throw. That's to the pylon and incomplete.
It hasn't been a real good start to this game from a defensive perspective, but now after the incompletion on second down, things may be changing. If they can come up with one more play, they might be able to get out of it with just a field goal attempt.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. The Dolphins do the job defensively there, and now it brings up fourth. On now the rookie fourth-round pick Chad Ryland for the Patriot field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And this one is right through. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
The Dolphins set to go on offense for the first time behind their 25-year-old quarterback. Now in his fourth NFL season, Tua Tagovailoa.
And he comes off a tough opening matchup, threw way too many interceptions in that game. Definitely not the way you want to kick off a new season. So he said to himself, I've got to throw that game out. I'm going to get a fresh start right here in week 2.
And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
First carry for Raheem Mostert. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Now Tua. They're going deep for Hill. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick. A little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. You talk about this Miami defense. And they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
And how about that last play? Did you see how quickly they got to the ball? Caused a loss of yardage? Yeah, that play shows exactly why their ranking is justified.
And now they're just hoping to see more of that.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Yeah, it's still early in the game. No sense taking a chance on 3rd down and forcing one into traffic. So I like the wise play he made there. Get it to the sideline out of bounds where no one's going to have a chance at it.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So Miami coming out for their second drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Hill. And Hill is going to have a Dolphins first down as the tackle made right at the 30-yard line. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions and not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know some big guy, we're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that's going to make it 4th down.
A 38-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Tua sets up to pass it. A quick slant to Hill. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Dolphins.
After one, a one-point game, 7-6. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Tua. This one left side caught by Barrios. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The Dolphins had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And right now they're probably asking, hey, who did we offend in the scheduling office? Back-to-back road games to start the season.
Yeah, that's a great question. I'll bet someone called the league office to protest, but sometimes it just shakes out that way. But they can get out of this with a split. Knowing they'll get those home games later in the season, it could be quite an advantage for them if they take care of business now.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. You know, projections for him were a little all over the board. Some saw him as a day 3 pick, maybe a little bit higher, but here he is, round 3.
I do know teams that had him listed as a first-round talent. I also had teams that had him listed as a day 3 guy, which is rounds 4 through 7. So him going in the 3rd round kind of fit in the middle. I think he's going to have a chip on his shoulder wanting to prove that he should have been taken higher.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. It's caught on the right side at Smith. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 3rd down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
The kick by Sanders is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
No run back here for Jones, a touchback. Now the Patriots gearing up to go now. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Second and 13. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
On 3rd down, here's Gibson. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Here's Bryce Behringer on now to punt. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They've got the lead here as they begin this drive, trying to get that bad taste out of their mouth from the loss last week to the LA Chargers. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Tua to try again on 2nd down. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Christian Barmore just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. being chased out left. That is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And that'll... Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. New England trying to get a place on offense. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge. Because
this is caught at the 20. Big play there for New England. 61 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. He'll look to throw. That's out to the flat for Gibson. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll look to throw again. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Henry. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
On now the rookie 4th-round pick, Chad Ryland, for the Patriot field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. And all the gamble fails. It's incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Dolphins celebrate their goal line stand. Back near his goal line, here's Tua. And going deep for Hill. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Tua going to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Tua now on first down. Gets this one to Hill. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
At the 35-yard line.
Now Tua. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
And the Dolphin first down.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Tua to throw again. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
First down goal at the 6-yard line.
Looking to pass. Tua. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
Jason Sanders on the field goal. A 23-yard attempt.
Sanders' kick is good. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Jalen Hurts, couple of touchdown passes as his guys win their 2nd straight to start the year. From there, we head down south to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. And finally, on Monday night, our first doubleheader of the year. Saints-Panthers at 7:15 Eastern, followed by Cleveland-Pittsburgh an hour later. Both of these coaching staffs feverishly making their final plans for the second half. One of these two teams is going to get their first win. And for the call, let's kick it back out to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Now we get Tyreek Hill and the rest of the Miami offense back out there. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
Oh,
That's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
They try to throw on set.
Short of the sticks.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. 23 yards on the play.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Miami.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. They'll roll him out right. They throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone is a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a fourth down.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
On the counter, it's Stevenson. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England first down. So, Charles, this game number 2 in the NFL career, this rookie quarterback, his guys took the loss in the opener. And when asked after that game by reporters how he did, he was pretty curt. He said, not well. What did you see?
Well, first and foremost, I loved his answer to the media because he was being honest. And those veterans in the locker room, they're looking at him to see how he's going to handle things, and they like the fact that he's not blaming other people because I thought he struggled. The only thing that's going to help him, though, reps. No matter how many big games you played in college, how well you do in practice, the reps in the real games, that's when you begin to grow as a quarterback.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Here's Tua. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked up by Christian Gonzalez. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Patriots, first down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. This is brought in by Gibson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. From down at the 12, it's first and 10.
First and 10 at the 12.
Back to throw here. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
On second down, a run with Gibson. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. The Dolphins do the job defensively there, and now it brings up 4th. On now the rookie 4th-round pick, Chad Ryland, for the Patriot field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is indeed good, and this is back down to a 7-point game. Well, the 3 points certainly helps, but you feel like, Charles, at this stage of the game, when you force those turnovers, you need to start converting them into touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised myself, because I thought in this situation, they were thinking end zone or bust. Now they got to rely on their defense to get the ball back again for another opportunity to get 6 points.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Miami set to take over. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up first and 10 at their own 21. And off to Achane to begin the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Tua wants to throw it on second down. This one left side caught by Barrios. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And 3rd and 8 now. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. Back now in Foxborough. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. The Dolphins on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. going to the air. Tagovailoa. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet and make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Second and 6. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Patriots are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. If you've been waiting all day for Sunday night, it's been worth the wait. All tied here in the 4th as the kick is away. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Over the middle to Smith. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On 2nd down, a run by Achane. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2 yards on the play. And the Dolphin 1st down.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. That's to Waddle on the quick slant. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now a timeout here, an injured player, and that's Jalen Waddle, who seems to be in some discomfort. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Complete to Washington. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. And that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, get me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
A gain of 4 yards. 1st down, Dolphins.
On 1st down, Tagovailoa steps away to his left. The 20. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. And give him a gain of 37.
Talk about a momentum shifter right there. Tie game, 4th quarter. These are the plays that win you games. And now defensively, the question becomes, how do you respond?
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Tua sets up to pass it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, there's a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Tua going to throw. Forced out to his left. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. In the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Tua now, 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Force and throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he's fortunate on that one. Not to have another turnover on his record.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. New England's offense set to go. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Douglas, the man in motion. Now a throw here to his running back, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Now he's free at the 35. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. They'll look to throw here. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
But he picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. He's back to throw. On the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on is the kicker, Chad Ryland, in a big spot. And this one will be a 29-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And with a little more than a minute to go, we are all tied. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you, but you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
Here's 1st and 10. Now Tua. They set up the screen. Achane has it. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
Tua. Finding Washington. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Here's Tua. And going deep for Hill. And this is caught. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Sanders on for the extra point. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Marcus Jones going to elect to bring this one out. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Here's 1st down. Back to throw. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for the Dolphins, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets.